Okay, so we talk about living a life that we continue to revise our thoughts, our belief, our ways of practice, and this is through analysis that help us to improve, to know what is right and continue to do what is right. Nobody is born to know what is right, right? Either we are told what is right or we explore by ourselves to know what is right. So analysis demands that we also cultivate our own moral culture. So this moral culture is on the individual level. What does it mean? Well, it simply means that you take ownership of your own thinking. Um, it doesn't mean that whatever you think is right, but it means that you are taking action or you are forming a, a habit that positively influence your moral thinking. Paradigm shift. A change in paradigms. What is paradigms? Okay, if you think back, what is paradigm? Well, paradigm is our ways of practice or our worldviews, being put in place. So viewing the world in a radically different way. So when we change our paradigms, when we change the way we view the world, the way we behave, that is a paradigm shift. Could be on a personal or on a societal level. Often intense resistance to paradigm shifts since they normally entail a shift of power. Some people do not want to change the way of work at all, do not want to change their life at all. That is because of, it is not their interest, meaning that they have to share power. And power is in everything: economic, uh, political power, cultural powers. I mean, different types of power. Um, and we have seen a lot of crises that happen. Um, for example, like the Nazi Holocaust, population explosion in this time, 9/11, climate change. I mean, change become more like a part of life. I don't say it's a normal part, but it's a part of life. And some of changes have led to crisis, death, mass slaughter. Like recently, COVID-19 really pushed the paradigm shift and a way of how we view our lives. To some people, uh, COVID helped them to appreciate their life even more. Um, for some other people, COVID somehow has brought them brokenness and loss. They lost their loved ones. They lost their jobs. Um, so, it's not easy to allow change to come in our life, but as well, change is somewhat imminent. Okay, so I'm not debating on this change, but we are focusing on the paradigm shift. All right, so let's talk about overcoming resistance. Resistance. So resistance is uh, a tendency to challenge or to deny a certain orientation. Okay, so people benefit from most of the status quo are most resistant to supporting change. If they are on the advantage side, if they grab dollar, from the status quo, for example, that's economic power, they wouldn't want to change. So they love to corrupt. Maybe that's because of the status quo help them to benefit. But for many, change is confusing and difficult. This could be another reason people don't want to change. They know what is right, but they cannot do what is right because they may feel like, oh, what is right is confusing. It's okay to do what is wrong. It's happier to do what is wrong. Maybe, but here is the confusing part, the difficult part. For better or worse, status quo give us a feeling of security or certainty, and even the worst condition over a period of time seem to become natural or the reality and hence accepted as the truth. So they become so comfortable in this chamber of status quo.